Nerdvengers, what is up? Welcome to your Monday morning. Feel the power. We'll be live in just a couple of minutes. I'm sorry I'm late. I'll go a little extra just for you. See you soon. Papa Feige, obviously gone now. Oh, wait, the mic was on? Cut it. Alright. This is weird. What the hell is this, Chet? You want me to come in on this? morning. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. Monday. Get your week started off right. A lot of nerdy news. Like a, oh, there we go. That's better. Like a lot. So, the way I wanted to do it, because look, here's what happened. The WandaVision leaks that happened on Friday. I haven't done a video. I haven't done a stream. We talked about them. I know Al and Lavis talked about them Saturday. I was in the chat for a little bit, so we talked about those. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start really light today. We're going to start light. I want to sort of talk about bigger things, Secret Wars, ideas, theories, speculation, stuff like that. And then we'll get into the Thor 4 spoilers, okay? And the Thor 4 spoilers, to be honest with you, are not crazy. You're gonna see them. Like, here's the thing. I don't even know why we do spoiler warnings and stuff like that anymore, but I wanna be fair, so we're gonna sort of trickle into it. But I think you're gonna see them. You've already seen them, right? Star-Lord, Thor, side by side. Put a 1 into the chat if you've seen the fucking Thor 4 thing already. It just happened like an hour ago. And put a 1 into the chat. Exactly. So everybody shut your mouth. Shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Okay, listen. We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about what that means. Why does he look like that? Etc., etc. Okay, so we're going to do that. Then we're going to get into the WandaVision stuff. Okay, everybody, calm down. Everybody calm down. Now, one more I want to do. Put a 2 into the chat. A 2. If you've literally seen the WandaVision spoilers, the leaks, the video, the images. Put a 2 into the chat if you've seen them. I'm just curious. Maybe there's way less that have seen those. I don't know. Yeah, so if you would look at the chat, which I've put on the screen for you all. Maybe shut your mouth! Okay, so look, we're gonna do all that, okay? But I guess we're gonna come in, we're gonna ease in, you know what I mean? We're gonna ease in just for everybody that hasn't, you know, just to be good boys. To be good boys and to be good girls. We're gonna do all of that, okay? Now, before we get into all this craziness for today's show notes! Wow, that was probably the best one you've done. Nicely done. Okay, listen. No business stream this weekend. That's, I think, the most important thing. This weekend on Sunday, I'm actually going out of town this weekend. I know I said I was going to do it last time. I'm actually doing it this weekend, so somebody else will be covering the Nerdvengers stream on Saturday. We always do a Nerdvengers stream on Saturday. Someone else will cover that for me. Sunday, Nerdvengers Prime stream. Sorry, I'm just out. I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be having a good time. So no business stream this week, but we had a hell of a business stream yesterday. If you are a Nerdvenger Prime, highly recommend you check out the stream yesterday. We went over some wild ideas for the future of the Den of Nerds. Stuff to do with cryptocurrencies, crypto coin, crypto token, NFTs, etc., etc. Check that out if you're into that. Other than that, I think this week's going to be pretty standard, except for the fact that I truly believe this week of WandaVision is going to blow minds. Like, I think the last week blew minds as well, but this week's really, really going to blow minds. So I want to remind everybody that we'll do our preview video Wednesday on the main channel, okay? Thursday after dark, which starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Al and Lavis are likely going to be talking a lot about the coming episode of WandaVision. Spoiler-free as much as they can, and then eventually getting into the leaks, much like we'll do today. That episode will air, if there's only one, there might be two, at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Friday morning, Thursday night, depending on, you know, how you think about that. We will be live with members only, streaming that for our watch party, and then after that, early in the morning, probably around 4 a.m., 4:15 a.m. Friday morning, we will be streaming live, talking full-on spoilers about WandaVision. Make sure you check all of that out. Other than that, your regularly scheduled Den of Nerds content is coming out this week. Okay, let's get into this. So, obviously, the talk of the town, the news of the day, as it were, is all about, well, I mean, now it's all about the Thor 4 thing, right? But there's also some news that slipped in here that I find quite interesting. There was a Tom Holland thing. Ooh, they might... Wait, what? Allegedly found Disney Plus listed as May 7 moving Black Widow. Okay, yeah, there's the whole Black Widow thing, too. You know what? Let me ask you guys, as I find this thing that I'm looking for here, do you guys think that they're going to move Black Widow at this point? I know that's like a huge thing for people. Like, if they're going to actually move it. I think they should not. I think they should just put it out on Disney Plus, but what do I know? Okay. Well, okay, let's just start with the Spider-Man stuff then. Okay? So, there were actually a couple of different Spider-Man photographs that leaked out. There was one... There were the ones where he was in the motion capture suit, right? Have you guys seen those? Where he's in the motion capture suit. It looks like he's on wires. They have him up, and then there's that literally a sign that says pictures and autographs for free, which I find hilarious because they actually shot the set photos there. And then yesterday, Tom Holland said something really interesting. He said, I believe it was in an Instagram post, that he had just experienced like one of the best experiences of his life. Right? He says one of the highlights of his career. And I believe that's his brother on his back. Should we pull this up for everybody? Let's pull this up. Let's go into the theater. Oh, by the way, if you're new here, I will do super chats. I'll get into all of that and more, but we usually save that for later on in the stream, so we're going to just kind of do our thing for a little bit here. Sorry. Okay, so this is it. This is the photograph he put up. Right? And I mean, looks cool or whatever, but and I think, yeah, let's see here. So right here it says, today was easily one of the highlights for my career. For those of you that were there, you know what I'm talking about. And for those of you that weren't, you better buckle up. And is that not his brother on his shoulders like that? Right? Am I wrong? Okay, now, let me... this is funny because I wanted to talk about my theory with this. Okay? Now, again, total speculation here. Okay? But here's my theory on what's going on with Tom's brother in the movie. So, oh, look at this stupid box. Here's my theory, okay? Listen. I think part of what's going to happen in this film is that Doctor Strange is going to be casting a spell that will make Peter look like that kid, his brother, and he'll make that kid look like Peter or something to that effect. And this will be to disguise Peter, because here's the thing. We've seen some shots from the leak set photos, right? Where Peter is just like walking around like almost like nothing's happened, you know? He's like a wanted man. You see all the posters, you see how crazy it is. But Parker's just walking around like he's going to meet Mary Jane or Zendaya. You know? How the heck could he be doing that? When the authorities be like, "Ew, bro. Nah." So my thing is, I believe some of the shots that we're seeing are going to be Peter walking around, almost similar to what they did in Wonder Woman 1984, except way less creepy and rapey. Where the character, like, where basically everyone else will see Peter look like this kid, his brother. That's my theory, okay? What do you guys think of that? Is that too crazy? You think I'm way off with that? Kane? Nah, son. Maybe Ben Reilly. Totally off, says DJ. Maybe. It's kind of dumb. What? Kind of dumb. Harry Osborn could be Harry Osborn too. Could be Harry Osborn. That would be pretty cool. Okay. Aw, Nikki, you're so sweet. Okay, let me ask this. Does this kid have chops? Does his brother have chops? Is his brother even an actor? Because I don't know much about his brother, like, at all. Yeah, XR. That's right. God damn, I gotta get this haircut. I'm hoping today, ladies and gentlemen. I was trying to get it this weekend, but there was snowstorms. He's not an actor, but they're writing a movie together? By the way, what's up, Maddie? It's good to see you. Huh. Yeah, it could be a version of Peter Parker. That's very true, too. I thought about that, actually, DJ. I did think about that. I was like, what if, like, legit, they just have another Peter Parker? Like, especially if Toby's being a butthole, right? Like, if Toby's really being a butthole, and he's like, I need 2 trucks of money. Not 1, but 2. And they're like, yo, calm down. Maybe they do. Maybe they get a new Peter Parker. He's an actor now. I mean, I guess that's fair. I heard they paid him. Who? Toby? Yeah, but I heard there's still drama. What happened to my membership? Brother, I don't know. Hopefully you can get that sorted out. That's some bullcrap right there. They won't let you buy certain stocks, and now they won't let you be a nerd venger. What is next? You love that mug? Nikki, how dare you comment on that mug? Because I'm now put in the awkward position that I can't comment on your comment on that mug, but I'm glad you like it. His younger brother looks like the bully from A Christmas Story. A little bit. A little bit, yeah. No soup for you. Okay. So that's the Spidey Man stuff. Now we're going to get into Thor 4. I can't wait any longer. All right, so listen up, all you buttholes. If you don't want the Thor 4 spoilers right in your face, then get out of my face or leave the chat. Oh my God. This isn't even the... Okay. That's not even the ones that I saw, but cool. Okay. Okay. We're almost there. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. Okay. Let's get back in the theater. Kabbity bloobity blabbity. Alright, so check this out, dude. Check this out. This is crazy. This is crazy, okay? And actually, I think crazier than you would think, if that makes any sense. Okay, so what's the first thing you notice? This freaking arm, dude. Like, what? I guess Fat Thor found some motivation, I think. You know? You know what they say? Some people took advantage of the quarantine. Boy is looking thick as hell. Holy shit. Love the long hair, too. Carrying over from some long hair stuff. What's the shirt, too? What's the shirt? Can't really tell. Hopefully it's like a Bowie shirt or some shit. Okay, now, what is interesting about this is, of course, this feels to me very Guardians of the Galaxy or retro, right? Very sort of swashbuckler, retro, kind of gives me some feelings of even like the Starjammers and shit from Marvel Comics. Pretty wild, okay? And here's the pullback. The pullback, though, with who else but his buddy Chris, the Chris's, the bromance. Back together. And might I say, too, Star-Lord rocking some, like, armor? What? And I imagine it'll, like, you know, into his face mask thing here. You know, little bit of armored up kind of thing. Still rocking Stormbreaker. Important. Okay. So, look. Dope. Here's the dealie, though. Thor is wearing Star-Lord's jacket? Is that really Star-Lord's jacket? I guess you're right, but he ripped the sleeves off of it. That's hilarious, dude. I guess that is fair. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this. What do we think this means? Because, you know, man, I'm going to just kind of go. I'm just going to kind of pontificate about this, okay? Look. The thing that's so interesting about this is at the end of Endgame, right, with them two going together or whatever, and then there was a lot of talk about like, is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 going to be the As Guardians of the Galaxy, right? And do you remember like James Gunn was like kind of like nah, okay? Now. At the time, this is really, really interesting. At the time, I don't even think Taika really wanted Guardians of the Galaxy in Thor 4. At the time. And remember, when Taika was making Thor Ragnarok, he's on record saying that like around that time, he was reading the Jason Aaron run of Unworthy Thor or Jane Foster Thor, whatever you want to call it. It's all kind of one big run. And he was really inspired and he really liked it. But you'll also recall that in multiple interviews since then, when asked about the plot of the movie, he has indicated that while the sort of cancer Thor unworthy story was an inspiration, that the story of his film is way more wild than that. Like, way more wild than that, okay? I think it's also important that we note that James Gunn, of course, goes through a bit of, let's just call it rocky water with Disney. He's out for a little bit. He's in for a little bit. Guardians Volume 3 gets moved way later into the cycle. Okay? Another thing that's really important to remember is that James had a script. A very important script to him, the cast, and the characters. How do we know this? Because when James Gunn was going through his, let's call it rocky water, the cast, mostly headed up by notorious Christian Hunter conservative that everybody hates, but not really, because he's awesome, Chris Pratt. Remember? They came out hard, because even when James was going to be off the film, and that seemed like it was going to be an inevitability, the cast was like, well, you better use James' script or I'm out. That was sort of like their thing. Again, especially particularly with Chris, who I think, probably because of his faith, just had a particular real issue with what had gone on with James. So, the fuck is this like playroom bullshit? Yeah, okay, anyway. So, with that in mind, this is what I'm thinking. This is the speculation on my part. It's probably the case that James Gunn has his own story. We think probably to do, light spoilers, with more family stuff and like Gamora. Okay, but hold that Gamora thought for a second, okay? So we know that Rocket and the High Evolutionary and that kind of stuff is going to be in Guardians Well, it kind of seems like Thor Love and Thunder just kind of got more and more crazy. And as Taika was meeting with James Gunn and Kevin Feige, because this was quietly announced a couple of weeks back, maybe last week, James Gunn is officially a producer on Thor 4. He's working with Taika on the movie. And he's like, we're in great hands, etc., etc. What I think this means is that they have decided to pick up on at least some of the threads of the Asgardians of the Galaxy at the beginning of Thor 4. I believe when we come in on Thor 4, the Asgardians of the Galaxy and some time from maybe what was going on Earth will be there. Because there's no way Thor is going to shred all of that fat and become as jacked as he is in such a short period of time. I mean, he is a god, so maybe. But also, come on, son. That shit's ridiculous. That shit is ridiculous. So, I'm going to say it's at least a year out. I'm going to say it's been at least a year since they left Earth. And I also think, from what we understand about the movie, is that it's mostly going to be sprawling in the cosmic sense, okay? Right now, the rumor is that Jane Foster is going to be helping who else but Sword. And we haven't even started to talk about the Loki connection yet, which we will. But that Jane Foster will be working for Sword. And something that happens in WandaVision and Loki is going to set up a situation in which she will be helping Odinson, Thor, and other people. We've also been told for sure, that it is a love story. 1,000% it is a love story. So you start to put these like kind of things together here, and man, it's sounding like a pretty incredible, pretty exciting movie. Now let's talk about the Loki stuff for just a second, okay? The big rumor right now, why I have Mjolnir and Loki on the thumbnail of this stream, is that a massive rumor is that the Mjolnir that Jane will wield will come from someplace that Loki, from the Loki show, will have. Okay? There's also a big rumor that there's going to be a version of Thor in the Loki show. Now, let's pause for a second, because everything that we just talked about is crazy enough, okay? It's crazy enough. It's insanity. But we also need to just pause for a second and remember that on top of all of this craziness that's going on with the different shows, there's also the multiverse breaking, and the quantum mania that is also taking place. Now, one of the things that I find really cool and interesting about that is, even with today's leaks, there's literally nothing that says that that's actually our Thor or our Star-Lord. Literally. Could be from a different multiverse, could be from a different time, could be from the Exiles. It's pure insanity. It's pure insanity at this point. And so, it's beyond, like, this is what's really, like, crazy about this whole situation is, it's beyond like, oh shit, who are they going to bring into the MCU? Are they really doing this? It's beyond that. Now it's to the point where it's like, okay, so this is what we're seeing. What are all the different possibilities? Like, what could this really mean? Okay? And sort of taking from that, now I want to talk about the Thor core and the big rumor of the Thor core being, by the way, isn't it interesting that you've got Thor core and gore in this movie? Thor, core, gore. It's a lot of rhyming. Anyway, there's a rumor, ladies and gentlemen, we talked about this last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, that Storm, X-Men Storm, yeah, that one, Storm, is gonna pop up in not Black Panther 2? Yeah, probably. But also, and more to the point, in Thor 4. And Storm, in Thor 4, will likely be an alternate reality version of the character that's going to have a hammer. And she's going to be a part of the Thor Corps. Yeah. For real, for real. On top of that, the word is that Christian Bale signed more than one movie. So Gore likely to be returning to the MCU past Thor 4. Okay. So, look, guys, I've continued to say that like the MCU is it's beyond ridiculous what they have planned, and there's nobody even close. Nobody's even close. Like, and by the way, it's all being kept so close to the chest. Like there's like a small group of sweaty motherfuckers out there like me and you guys that are like talking about this stuff. The mainstream news with the MCU and all this stuff, like they are just downplaying, confusing, hiding, you know. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. So it's really, really cool, man. It's a great time to be a Marvel fan. And of course, I feel like all of this is leading towards Secret Wars, which is really, really sweet. But now, let us talk WandaVision. We'll talk WandaVision. We're going to go deep spoilers. WandaVision spoilers and leaks. Not just from last week's episode. For this week. Spoilers. Spoiler. Spoiler. Yeah. Okay. How many of you guys saw it? Everybody saw it, right? Evan Peters. Told y'all. Evan Peters. Told y'all. Okay, how many of y'all doubted? Be honest. Be honest. Because we talked about it. And then last week with Paul from Heavy Spoilers, and maybe that was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. I was literally live with Paul from Heavy Spoilers. And I was like, yeah, the Evan Peters thing. And he was like, oh, yeah, no, that's rumored. And I'm like, nah, bro. That shit ain't just rumored, son. That shit is coming. And many of you were like, Josh, you're crazy. You've gone too far. First, you're caught up in all of this crazy Star Wars rumorage. Then you get caught up in all this Marvel rumorage. Spider-Man 3, Toby. Charlie Cox, Daredevil. Couldn't possibly be. Shut your mouth. Shut it. Evan Peters. Done told you, son. Done told you. Okay, so let's talk about what it means. First, let me sip my coffee. I was trying to like ASMR there. I literally almost choked on it. That would have been really hilarious, actually. Okay, what does it mean? Well, the question is obvious. Is that Evan Peters, Quicksilver, from the Fox X-Men universe? And let me just say, I think it is. How? I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know what's going on over there. Wanda doing cray-cray shit, you know? But I'll tell you this. Why would... guys, why would Feige do this? Think about who we're talking about here. We're talking about White Shug. We're talking about the greatest producer of all time. We're talking about the guy that architected a $23 billion grossing TV show that was taking place in movie theaters. You really think that guy just thought it was a cool little fucking Easter egg la-ti-da thing to put Evan Peters as Quicksilver in this film? Are you crazy? The guy that actually, by the way, knew that he could actually get Quicksilver and Wanda, because Quicksilver and Wanda are OG Avengers. OG, motherfucker. OG. Hank Pym. OG. Avengers. Okay? They're also owned by Fox. But Feige's the guy that figured out, hey, as long as we don't call them mutants, we can literally take it. We can do our version of it, and they can't do anything about it. Now, one thing about this that I also find really interesting, and maybe this is just me, but you guys let me know. I also think personally that this was a rare example of, and just because maybe they don't do this all the time, but this was a rare example of Fox doing something slightly better than even Marvel Studios. Because I think Evan Peters' Quicksilver in those movies is like the best part of those movies. He's fantastic, dude. Fantastic. You agree? Yes or no? Yes or no? Fassbender's also incredible. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, a lot of yeses. So, what a strange happening, you know? But also, you know, I think, again, step back and consider where this is all going and what is going on with Feige. I mean, we know the man. Look, we've said it a million times. He's talked with Patrick Stewart. You know what I mean? He's met with Hugh Jackman. You know what I mean? Like, there's obviously a plan there. This is not the guy to like. This is okay. Let me give an example. When the CW show had Chokey McChoke Lady Iceland guy show up on, you know, Salt of the Earth Grant Gustin's show. That was a bunch of biggity bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, where essentially Warner Brothers top brass was like, this would be kind of cool, and then they just did it. Is that gonna have an impact? I don't know. I'm assuming they'll try to draw a bead to it. But you'll never convince me that is the tip of the iceberg of some great machination that DC has planned. Don't even get me started. So you look at something like that with DC, it kind of doesn't really get the dick hard. You know, just going to be honest. You know, it's kind of lame. You look at Evan Peters in WandaVision. What? Like, that's crazy. And it must mean something. Okay? Now, here's the other side of this that I think is really interesting. When it comes to mutants, we've had a lot of questions. Where are they? When are they coming? How many are there? Has there been an influx? Is because of the mutations being connected to the Infinity Stones? Has the blip or snap created way more mutants? What's going on with that? If Pietro is legit a mutant from another reality, and Wanda is legit a mutant from our reality, and she has somehow brought him over or something like that because of the mutation, it's crazy because WandaVision, and in the comics there was a obviously no more mutants, right? Where she was like, no more mutants, and then it irrevocably changes things, and there's no mutants. But if you think about it, the exact opposite or inverse is the state of the MCU currently. We don't really have any mutants, not that we know of, right? So what if she, instead of creating no more mutants, creates all the mutants? I think is where a lot of people's heads are at. It's like, what if she creates all the mutants and also brings in Evan Peters as Quicksilver? Because here's the other thing that we need to know. How many projects has Evan Peters signed? How many projects? How many? That is the juice. That is what we need to know. Because I'm gonna go out on a limb here. He signed a big contract. He signed a big boy. And why the fuck wouldn't you? White Suge's like, you know, in this economy, if you're trying to make some money, though. Okay, one last. I want to say something. I want to say something here. I want to put something forth. It might be the craziest theory I've ever had, and I want to just tease it out. And then I'm going to work on a video for it. I don't know. It probably won't be out today. It'll be like later or whatever, but it's really, really crazy, and it's a theory, and I want to say it right now, and I want you to clip this out or save this in your memory banks, because if somehow this ends up being true, I'm going to need some mad nerd cred. I'm going to need nerd cred like a fucking sultan needs oil and gold, okay? Here it is. And then we're going to get into Q&A. I'm going to do the super chats, and we'll have fun, okay? Yeah, we got time. Here it is. The Thanos of the multiverse, quantum realm, quantum mania saga is going to be evil Iron Man played by Tom Cruise. And evil Iron Man played by Tom Cruise, and I think Feige is going to take a lot of inspiration from a certain Exiles run. And I literally think that a lot of these machinations, a lot of the craziness that the Avengers are going to encounter over the next series of movies and shows will be connected to a sort of cabal-like Dark Avengers from an alternate universe that is led by Tom Cruise, evil Iron Man. And he's going to be so hard to, like, defeat or whatnot that, like, even our Avengers are actually going to team up with a Thanos. I'm telling you right now. And I imagine Sam, Cap, or maybe Stephen Strange or somebody having, like, a line where they're like, you know, he beat us. We need him if we want to beat them. And it's like Thanos and our Avengers versus a multiverse version of the Dark Avengers with evil Tony Stark led by Tom Cruise. Okay, that's it. I will go, and when I do the video, I'll explain why I believe this, because there's a lot of, like, sort of evidence and hints and things like that. But at a baseline, what do you guys think? Would that be cool? Yeah. Both love and hate that? Yeah. Cool. Seems good. All right, let's go through some of these super chats. We'll get into Q&A probably for the rest of the stream. Damn. Okay, a lot of action. All right, Mike says, Josh, we are ready for our golden treatment. It's Marvel Monday, so leak all over us. God damn it. Babe, we have our raincoats on in the nerd. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. All right, yeah, Mike, thanks so much, brother. Appreciate you. Proxy is a new member. Proxy, welcome. You're a Nerdvenger now. Welcome. Lord Vito, I promised Count Juicy I'd tell Josh he said hi. Hi, Josh, from Juicy. Hey, what's up, Juicy? How you doing, man? Damien says, do you think we'll see a Spider-Man or Venom 2 trailer at the Super Bowl? Dude, that is a great fucking question. Dude, if I had a Super Bowl spot, like, locked up, I'd be, like, trying to get out of that shit for this year and this year only. I'd be like, I don't know about this. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this will be the lowest rated Super Bowl of all time. I think this will be the least viewed Super Bowl of all time. Watch. But then again, what do I know? So I don't know what trailers we're going to see. Maybe Spider-Man. Maybe Venom 2 too. I don't know. I'd love it. I'd love to be wrong. Love to be wrong. Dan the Man says, hey, good brother Josh, I got some news for you. The Star Wars film is done. I went ahead and sent it to your email. I hope you like it. Dude, that's awesome, brother. I'll try to check it out. I got a hell of a Monday ahead of me, though, so I don't know if I'll be able to get to it today. But thank you, brother. I appreciate the support, and for sure going to check that shit out. Maybe we'll react to it. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll, like, tomorrow's show or something, we'll react to it. Orange Grove 55 says, are you at all worried new CEO Bob Chapek will meddle too much in the MCU? No, I'm not worried. I would tell you this, and I think literally Kevin Feige has more pull at Disney than Bob Chapek. That's what I think. You know, if I was and honestly, if I were Bob or the new Alan, I'd be like, what he says goes. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, honestly, $23 billion. Shut your mouth. Okay. The real Jesse says, I can't decide if Jimmy Woo is a Skrull or if he's going to hook up with Darcy Lewis or both. Hey, why not both? I'll tell you this, though. I don't think Jimmy's a Skrull. I think Hayland is. And you know what's so funny? If you were watching the watch party with us, if you recall, as soon as Hayward was seen, I was like, yo, that dude's a Skrull. Like, that's a Skrull. And I was like kind of joking, but like, nah, dude, that's a Skrull. Like, I got Scrolldar. You know, my radar, my Scrolldar was tingling. Gavin says, Thor 4, more Thor with Gore, Natalie Poor, man, Thor core, Sword, Star-Lord, maybe Gamora, and Storm. Won't be bored no more. Dude, Gavin, quote of the day. Just made my day. Thank you. That was cool. Pete Swanson, welcome to the Nerdvengers Prime. You are a Nerdvenger Prime member now. Definitely check out the stream from yesterday, brother. Good shit on the way. Peter Swanson with the $5 but no message. Maybe just put it into the chat if you messed up there. The real Jesse says, Feige created a delicious stew with the MCU. Fox created toilet water with the X-Men movies. Adding toilet water to good stew doesn't improve the stew. Oh no! Look, I'm sure you are not the only person that feels that way. But for me, I'm like, dude, nah, man, just trust Feige. He'll figure it out. Stephen J says, can we do a poll whether people think Peters is his Fox character or something else? Please. I'm curious where people are at. Sure, let's do it. Do a little straw poll. And if we could turn the funeral music to something else, that would be great too. I don't know what Chet's deal is, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. All right, strap here. Strap here. Is Evan Peters playing the Fox X-Men character? Yes. No. There it is. There's the link. Get after it. There's the link. Get after it. See what everybody says. I'll give you guys a second before I make my decision. Decision? I love how Josh hasn't even noticed yet. Haven't noticed what? What you mean, dog? What you talking about? Oh, is Theory in here? Hey, what up, man? Love you, baby. Hope you're good, man. Okay, what do you guys think? You know, I think you guys know where I'm at. Here, let's just see. I know there's probably still people voting. Let's see. Whoa, that is close. You know, this is probably like, I don't know for sure, but I would dare say this is pretty close to what you would find, I think, just out there. This is, I don't know if this is like a sample size or whatever. This is very unscientific, of course, but this feels anecdotally like what you would find out there. I mean, okay, so let's talk about this. Why wouldn't you? It's kind of crazy, but like, why wouldn't you assume he's that character? Again, if you see him in the role, I don't know, bro. I don't know. That shit's weird. That's just so weird. But yeah, no, that's fun. That's fun. All right, let me get back to these super chats. I'm gonna keep knocking them out, and then we're gonna get into Q and the A. What am I talking about? We're gonna just wrap it up. Feige created delicious. Yeah. Can we pull? Okay, Ricky says nerd theory tonight. News on Bad Batch trailer. I miss your Star Wars coverage. Damn shame humans suck so much. Yeah. Ricky, I will definitely do Star Wars videos again. It's just it's been kind of nice just taking a step back. That's all. Nerd theory tonight, absolutely, man. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. I'm hoping some crazy news drops throughout the day. But me and theory, man. We'll cut it up. We'll cut it up either way. Rogue Soul says, I think the cosmic background radiation will react with Wanda's powers, maybe. Yeah. So the question there is that energy, that sort of pre-Big Bang energy, is that the stones? Is that the Mind Stone? Is it all the stones? Because a lot of people seem to be on this train that the stones were atomized, but that you could unatomize them? I don't know, dude. That seems wild, but maybe that's what's going on. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's just Wanda. I think the stones accelerated Wanda's mutation. I think Wanda is just way stronger than we thought, dude. And I think that's what the show's going to be. It's going to be like, oh, shit, she's that powerful. Because if you think about it, she's holding back all of the 5 other Infinity Stones and Thanos while she destroys the Mind Stone in Vision. Like, I don't know if we ever fully appreciate what that means. And then, like, when she's fighting Thanos in Endgame, she would have killed him if they didn't start bombing. Like, Thanos is literally like, drop the bombs, I don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? And then, like, he gets saved. So, like, I think it's literally just going to be that simple. Wanda is just that powerful. Rogue Soul says, oh my God, bro. Also, Keanu Reeves is Ghost Rider or bust. Yeah, I feel you, dog. I feel you. I'll legit have a heart attack if you react to it. Well, but I don't want you to have a heart attack, but I will definitely, I see no reason as to why we couldn't react to it. The Amethyst Bendu says, had 2 normie friends say this was the episode that got them hooked. Loving the show and the streams. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. And that's cool. I would imagine a lot of normies really like this episode. It puts a lot of context together for it. But I would tell you, you ain't seen nothing yet. And now I see it. Star Wars Theory coming in with the smooch and the hearts. Love you, brother. Love you, brother. Sorry I didn't see it right away. Everybody's giving me crap in the chat. The Amethyst Bendu says, is it possible Cap created Hydra Cap in Endgame with the Mind Stone after saying Hail Hydra to Sitwell? That would be interesting. I don't think so. I think that Hydra Cap will be created by just like a different set of circumstances. Like, I think that the way I would do it, and I don't know how they'll do it, of course, but the thing is, like, our Earth is important for a reason. Like, our Earth is special, and Earth in itself is special. Like, this was something that was really touched on in Hickman's run of Endgame and all that, is that, like, Earth has a significance. I mean, this is where the Phoenix Force goes and then gets, like, its ass kicked. What? This is where Galactus goes and gets sent home. What? The Beyonders come and play with it, and then they get, like, what? Like, what's up with Earth? Like, why is Earth so important and so strong and so powerful, right? So, what I think the Dark Avengers and, like, a Hydra Cap could be is a version of Earth that, like, wasn't as winning, and, like, maybe Loki really did fuck some shit up or something, and then to combat that, like another authoritarian force comes out of it. It's almost like the Cap, had they lost that war and he hadn't been frozen, and then he kind of adopts maybe a more extreme outlook as a freedom fighter or something to that degree, you know? Also, and this is kind of interesting, is in the comics, one of the things that makes Steve turn is that he realizes that he was actually always a Hydra double agent. His memories were wiped of this, but he realizes that he was actually a Hydra double agent the whole time, even like OG shit. Like, imagine Captain America, the First Avenger, the film, the actual MCU film, and then we get a scene like we did in Far From Home, or no, rather Civil War. No, it's Far From Home, and that recontextualizes a scene from a different movie, right? When we see Mysterio sort of lurking in the back of that Civil War scene, I think you could have something similar happen in the Captain America sequence where it's like, oh shit, he was a Hydra agent this whole time. And what Steve becomes Hydra Cap because he believes Hydra's the actual force the world needs. Okay? Anyway, I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole. But that's how I would do it. Vito said Evan Peters is the closest thing to Mephisto because it's the one person she trusts the most. Nah, man, Agnes is the one. Agnes is the one that's Mephisto, I think. Damien says, after Spider-Man 3, do you think Disney Plus will revive the Daredevil show? Or maybe future Spider-Man films will bring in Vincent D'Onofrio Kingpin? Damien, I think both of those things are on the table. Charlie Cox would probably love to do that. And by the way, he'd have so much more fun, dude. You know, Josh Brolin had this great comparison. You know, he was Cable over at Fox, and then he was Thanos over at Marvel. And he has said many different times in many different ways that, like, dude, going over and doing something for Fox is like a paycheck. You just get a paycheck, it's a job. When you go over and work at Marvel, it's a creative collaboration. You're a part of it, and it feels dope. It's a totally different atmosphere, it's a totally different vibe, and they're killing it. So, like, if you're Charlie Cox, like, bro, you're probably pumped about this shit. But yeah, bring in Vincent D'Onofrio, do a new Daredevil show, do it all, baby. Do it all. I want it all. And I want it now. Mike Border with a $20 holler. Very generous, Mike. Thanks so much. Says, I've been watching your other channel for over a year and a half. I've been here live daily a year ago. It's so great that you and everyone is in my life. Seriously, thank you, Josh, and all of the Den of Nerds community. Mike, thank you. Thank you, Mike, and thank you to all of the Nerd Vengers. This community, I continue to say, is the best community on YouTube. We have something going on here that I think is rare and special, and I want to cultivate it. I want to continue to grow it. I appreciate you, Mike. You see, and we talked about this yesterday on the business stream. What we're creating is network added value. The more Nerd Vengers come in, the more valuable it is to be a Nerd Venger. It's like network created value. And also, it's so important that we get away from the AdSense model of making revenue and we get into a membership-based model and a chat-based model and even a product-based model, because we don't want to be at the whim of Google or YouTube. We want to work for you, the people. So you guys support this channel. You come in and you super chat every day. You know, we got hundreds and hundreds of members. Shit's dope. And it's you that are doing it. So thank you, Mike. Slab C says, hey, Josh, 1, love this emoji. Thank you. Number 2, why didn't anyone in Sword freak out that Wanda had babies? That's actually an interesting question. Why didn't they freak out? You know what else? Man, yeah, that's a really interesting question. Because you would think, like, did she manifest them? Did she have them with the dead Vision? Yeah, that's true. Because all Darcy does is just think it's adorbs. That is weird now that I think about it. Holy shit. Oh, I don't know. You might be onto something there, Slabs. Nick D with the very generous $10 says, I honestly think this Evan Peters thing is just an Easter egg / fun fan cameo. Okay. I think he'll be a one-off. I don't even think he'll acknowledge the Fox universe. I understand you know more. So I don't know for sure, but I strongly disagree with that take. However, I wouldn't be mad if that was the way. That's fine too. You know, fun cameos are fun cameos. I just think the precedence that Marvel has established, like, would kind of hint that, like, it's going to be much more than that. You know what I mean? Rogue Soul says, I meant for cosmic background radiation to react with Wanda to create. Oh, I like that. Yeah. No, that makes sense to me, especially because, look, how are the Celestials involved in all of this, right? Because in Marvel Comics, the Celestials tinker with early mankind, creating the X gene. Now, the X gene does not manifest for a long time. I believe Apocalypse is the first mutant, maybe, I think. But that gene is created by the tinkering of the Celestials. Do the Celestials have access to power or radiation from before the Big Bang? Does Galactus have power that radiates before the Big Bang? Because I'll tell you this, there's something really interesting. There's this concept in Marvel called the power cosmic. Okay? Now, this is going to, I believe, eventually be a thing in the MCU. But Galactus is a being from a previous iteration of this universe. So he existed before this Big Bang. He survives the collapse of his universe. He enters our universe post-Big Bang. But because of that process, that's why he's, like, so hungry. So he, like, has to keep eating planets and shit. So Galactus is so powerful that he can imbue his power, the power cosmic, onto a herald. Okay? This is like the Silver Surfer, Norrin Rad, you know, Blastar. Yeah, he's had all sorts of crazy heralds in the past. What's the one I'm thinking of right now? He had a really, it was Terrax? Was Terrax? I think Terrax was a herald at one point too. Or Terrax was a herald in the Jonathan Hickman in Secret Wars. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so I wonder, is this radiation from before the Big Bang, is this like the MCU version of the power cosmic? Is this going to start to be imbued into other people? Because, like, the power cosmic is dope. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see here. Yeah. RJ Brando, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You're a Nerdvenger now, my friend. Kendall Davis says, and why didn't Sword take those deputies at Westview into custody to find out more? It's fair, dude. The whole thing kind of seems fishy, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess we're all kind of waiting for answers, huh? The Cigar Guy says, any chance we see Agent Coulson return in WandaVision? You know, look, I would have told you 6 months ago, no way. But now, I do think Phil Coulson will return to the MCU. I do. I don't know how. I don't know when. I don't know if it'll be WandaVision, but yeah, I do think that's on the table, dude. Damien says, continuing from Slab's point, Wanda's kids are the first kids born from an actual enhanced human. Tony doesn't count because he doesn't have powers. That's actually really interesting, yeah. Interesting. I don't know, man. Could be onto something there. I also think that the young Avengers are quietly being set up to have significance, right? I mean, if Loki's really going to set up a young Kang, possibly Iron Lad, you've got Kamala Khan being set up. You've got Wiccan and Speed being set up here. Oh, by the way, rumor is Hulkling. Fucking Hulkling. Hulkling is going to be in the show. That's the rumor. So, who knows? But I love that idea of, like, the first enhanced kid being born. Hope Summers was the first mutant born after House of M, and that was a whole thing. Dean said, I think Peters will show up as Quicksilver, but it will be a misdirect for both Wanda and the audience, and he'll actually be Mephisto. Hey, look, a lot of people have spoken to that. It seems to be a theory that people have really sort of bought into. So, hey, seems plausible to me. It seems just as plausible as every other crazy fucking thing that's happening. So, maybe, Dean, maybe. Joe Moru said, is a Nerdvenger. Welcome, Joe. You're a Nerdvenger now, my friend. All right, guys. Mr. Anderson with the $5 holler says, Evan Peters is Ralph in an iconic Halloween costume. Different hair color than Fox Quicksilver. More like MCU Pietro. Possibly the true antagonist. Wow. Everybody really seems to think that, huh? It's interesting, guys. I don't know about all that. We'll see. Okay. I'm going to hang in the chat for just a little bit. Little chat with y'all. And then we're going to get out of here. So, you know. Oh, by the way, Fight Club today at 1 p.m. Real crazy today. Going to go over the stonks. And I'm going to have the Fight Club YouTube channel up by the end of this week. Hopefully by the end of today, actually. And if anybody wants to help me edit the stream today, that'd be cool. What if Cap had a kid with Peggy in alternate timeline? Ooh, yeah. Jareth, I would love it. I would love it. Ultron is in the cast listing for WandaVision. Oh man. If they got him in the thing, that would be dumb. Right on, man. Right on, Kendall. Dottie could be Emma Frost. Oh my God, I'd love that. Amy, I would love it. She actually seems right, too. Just the vibe. Maybe Psychic being in there. I could see it. Seems cool. Devin says, if that red energy is like the power cosmic, that being said is like the Big Bang energy, does that mean reverse House of M? Yeah, it could very well be a reverse House of M, yeah. Damien says, I volunteer as an editor. Okay, cool. Well, if you're at Fight Club later today, we'll talk about it in the on Twitch. Because I'm going to stream on Twitch and then edit it and put it on YouTube. Okay. Sounds like she's rebuilding Vision. It certainly seems that way, yeah. Certainly seems that way. Who the fuck with Wanda takes the Ultron part? Yeah, it could be. Wanda's going to wake up from the spell and realize she had to break her Mind Stone again to save the world. Yeah, well, I feel she's going to have to say goodbye to Vision again for sure. Which is going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal, my friends. I wish you'd just do Thought Sauce on YouTube completely. Twitch playback sucks. Yeah. Sorry, man. Look, we just need to diversify. So we need to, especially with that channel, because it's so risque. The content is very risky. So Vision breaks out and gets sucked back in. That's what it appears. That's how it appears to be. Yeah. Night, new member Joe. Oh, I did. Bill, I did Night Joe. You missed it. Joe, you're a Nerdvenger now. But now you've been knighted twice. You ever think they'll bring Kang into the MCU? Oh, yeah. Kang confirmed. No, I don't know if he's confirmed, but I think he's coming in Loki. Come on now. Kang. Loki. Kang. Ant-Man 3. Kang to the Kang, the Kang, the Kang, Kang, or the Kang to the Kang, the Kang, the Kang, Kang. The Gonk droid says, yeah, bring Ultron back. He needs to be redeemed. That would be pretty sick, dude. That would be pretty sick. Kang is confirmed. Kevin said it himself. Okay, cool. So if Kevin said it, then I can say it. Carly says, what the heck's up with the random actor Paul Bettany said he had a scene with that kept under wraps? Maybe Doctor Strange? Could be, yeah. So, Carly, and by the way, I'm just kidding around, Carly. Don't get all mad. Yeah, could be. I don't know, man. It's, let's see. I think it... Look, I would love for it to be Al Pacino. I want Al Pacino to be Mephisto. I would like Al Pacino to be Mephisto. Do I think Al Pacino would be an incredible Mephisto? Yes, and I'm sick of acting like he wouldn't. Who knows who it is? Who knows who he's talking about? Do you think it's possible Hayward referring to the Fantastic Four could set up the Fantastic Four? Yes, I do think that's possible. Will Bill Hader impressions work? Yes. Bill Hader impressions are dope. Probably Doctor Strange, yeah. It's probably Doctor Strange. He probably has a crazy scene with Doctor Strange about how he's not even really Vision, but he still has to like allow himself to die. Like whatever this new version of Vision is, has to allow himself to die. That's what I think is going to happen. And it's going to be like one of those, it's going to be a really sad thing because look, Vision, whatever this, he doesn't deserve this, but yeah, he's going to have to die in order to save the multiverse. Ooh, I like that. So 3 Dog TV says, I haven't seen people talking about how the jump rope indicates that Wanda's creations can actually enter reality. That's actually a great point. That's a great point. Whitney says, no, come on, Josh, don't tell me Vision will die. I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. Who knows? If Iron Man coming back, then no one really dies. True. Your dad, I can hear. Yeah. Something like that. Look, I don't want to talk too much about that. We'll see what it means. Bill Burr for Ben Grimm. Dude, yes. Oh, my God. Bill Burr for Ben Grimm. Holy shit. What incredible casting. Damien. Quote of the day. Oh, good God. Yes, please. Okay. We need to make that happen. Yo. We need to make that happen. Yeah. Cosmic Thor would be dope as fuck. For sure. Okay, let's all right, let's get on out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna go get set up. I'll see y'all at I'll see some of you over on Fight Club. It's gonna be a cool day. It's gonna be fun. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Plenty of content coming at you this week. Welcome all the new Nerdventure members. I'm just gonna say this. You're damn sure gonna want to be a Nerdventure member, and you're probably gonna want to do it sooner rather than later. We got some really cool shit planned that I can't even really talk about. But having said that, maybe we don't want you to sign up so that we can let all the OG day ones get all the goodies when they come. All right, everybody. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Stop with all these sad songs. I want to put something fucking cool on. God damn it. Y'all know I got that AMC and that GME, baby. Don't tell anybody, though. To the moon.